Hi everyone, what I'm going to try and do in this little video is explain to people exactly what's going on in the Gulf with these two tankers that have been set ablaze better than the mainstream media can on my budget of less than £1,000 a month, whatever it is. I know many people will say that's not a high bar to clear, and to those people I will say to you, stick around, because at the end of the video you'll find out really you're not wrong. It really wasn't a high bar to clear. So what's going on with these oil tankers? Well, it's quite simple really, and this is something the media tend not to want to tell people. The United States is at war with Iran. Same as they're at war with Venezuela right now. Now, they're not at war with them in the conventional sense. You know, there's no missiles going off, there's no tanks on the ground, there's no, you know, the commandos aren't there or the Marines aren't storming the beaches, but it's war nonetheless. It's a war of sanctions. Sanctions are an act of war. And this is the Wikipedia page, and it just shows you how really easy it is to just look for the information and find it if you want, because the relevant information is actually on Wikipedia's page. Oh, not that one, sorry. This. These two paragraphs, that's all really you need to know. And for some reason, this first paragraph, nobody in the mainstream media wants to report it. So I'm going to. It's really quite important as well, this bit is. In November 2018, so just, what, less than a year ago, the United States officially reinstated all sanctions against Iran, there's the war part, that were previously lifted before, wait for it, the United States withdrew from the JCPOA, also known as the Iran nuclear deal. Yes, the United States withdrew from it. They withdrew from the deal. Therefore, why should Iran keep their end of the bargain? But they did anyway, but I'll get to that in a minute. In April 2019, and here's the kicker, after in April 2019, the United States threatened to sanction countries continuing to buy oil from Iran after initial 6-month waiver announced in November expired. So he's threatening to sanction people who buy from Iran, not just sanctioning them themselves. So this is the bully boy tactics. Now, why are they doing this? Well, simple, really. America wants regime change in Iran. They got it back in 1953 when they overthrew the democratically elected leader of Iran, Mohammad Mossadegh. But then the Shah, the puppet that America installed for the next 26 years, who ran a brutal regime over the people with the Savak, gory tales like the SS, they were finally overthrown in the 1979 Iranian Revolution. And America still want, you know, they want their country back, they want their oil back, and that's what it all comes down to. It's oil, really. Iran won't sell their oil on the petrodollar. Same as, by the way, Iraq didn't, Libya, Syria and Venezuela. Noticing a pattern there with those countries. Media never want to talk to you about the petrodollar there. So, yeah, they sanction them. Now, like I say, no missiles get fired. No tanks are there. No Marines on the ground, or apart from special forces, I would have thought. But it's a matter of life and death. Iranians despair as US sanctions bite. I know this is The Guardian, but it's the first one I found when I searched for it. People die still. You know, there's a story I'm going to get to later, actually. I'm going to record a video on it, on how 40,000 Venezuelans have died directly as a result of sanctions that the Americans have put on them, and by proxy us, we're withholding their gold. Let's not forget, 40,000. Obviously, if Maduro had killed 40,000 of his own people, then the media would be going mad about that, but Reuters buried the story, that story for a month. I reported on it, as did many other people. This is what it's all about, though. America are trying to get, they're trying to make Iran's economy scream. Like it says there, the poorest will be hardest hit as measures compound countries' economic woes. Exactly, you're killing the poor. That's what sanctions are, they're killing the poor. It's almost as if America have got Let me try and explain it. America have got their hands around Iran's throat right now and are squeezing the life out of their economy. But they're saying to them, well, now Iran are saying, we'll fight back eventually. And America's saying, no, you won't. You slap us and that's it. You can't slap. We're strangling the life out of you, but you can't fight back and slap us. So what's a slap in this context? Well, a slap is the area, the Strait of Hormuz, because 30% of all shipped oil goes through that area in the world. And explosions over there will make the price of oil soar. And if there's one thing that will do an American president in, it's a high cost of oil. So the US is choking the shit out of Iran. And until now, I think most analysts will tell you that Iran has been shown great restraint in the face of this US aggression until recently when 2 tankers exploded. These tankers are Japanese owned, at least one is fully Japanese owned, the other's half owned by a Norwegian firm, but they're privately owned. And it all happened, this explosion did, while, by the way, Iran was meeting with President Abe of Japan. Okay, so this is the footage that the State Department put out to prove that it was Iran that did it, Governor. And Iran bombed these tankers. I'm immensely proud of that picture. Possibly my finest hour, that picture is. Now, of course, it's this one. No, that was somebody else's taking it as well. I love that. That was glorious. Iranian passport found. So now this was the footage, obviously, of this. Apparently that's the Iranian Revolutionary Guard taking away a mine that they had put there that didn't explode. A mine that the Revolutionary Guard don't realise, if you're going to mine, if you're going to explode, you're going to sink a tanker, you really want to put the mine underneath the waterline, but, you know. So this is, you know, in Harrison Ford movies, was it Patriot Games, they could get satellites to zoom in on a pair of tits. But that's the best they've got, this grainy ass footage. Honestly, it's a joke. It really is, it's a joke. Now, America, of course, has lied us into every single war that they've been in. This is why, whenever they put out evidence like this, you should always treat it with, you know, suspect. It's your duty to, especially if you're in the media, because they've lied to us about, in the past, about weapons of mass destruction. They lied to us about incubator babies. They lied to us about the Gulf of Tonkin. They've lied throughout history. They lied to us last year about Syria with the OPCW. They lied to us. I've covered that. They lied to us. They really did lie to us, the US State Department did. I have covered that. That's a fact. Yeah, our media are like, oh, we just take it as read. I mean, how can you question our intelligence services? Who's being accurate here, me or the media? You know? It's almost as if this is going on. That's pretty much what America are saying. Iran is going to attack us, even if we have to do it ourselves. It's a joke, this is. It's like an Onion headline. No, seriously, it's literally like an Onion headline. This was just a month ago. John Bolton, an attack on 2 Saudi oil tankers is an attack on all Americans. You replace Japanese there, and it literally is like an Onion headline. Even Japan say it wasn't Iran. Japanese tanker owner contradicts the United States on the Gulf of Oman attack. Honestly, they're saying that there were all sorts of projectiles flying around at the time. Obviously, you know, I would have thought drones involved if the United States were involved there. It's not just Japan either. Many other countries have obviously said that, yeah, we've got to treat this with suspicion. especially after, you know, the recent history with America and their intelligence firms. And Jeremy Corbyn over here has said, obviously said, come out and said, hold on a minute, let's wait for evidence here, as he did do with the Skripal poisoning last year, you may remember, when he said, hold on, wait, and he was called an anti-Semitic Putin apologist. You know, just after that, when he said, hold on, wait, let's see what happened when the Syria thing happened in Duma, when he was called an anti-Semitic Assad apologist. Well, he's come out and said, wait here, and Jeremy Hunt seems to think here he's an anti-Semitic commie spy by the look of it. Pathetic and predictable. From Salisbury to the Middle East, why can he never bring himself to back British allies, British intelligence or British interests, says Jeremy Hunt. Maybe because backing it would mean you're backing complete and utter bollocks. And anybody with half a brain in their head can see it's complete and utter bollocks. Why don't you get out your bubble and your head from up your ass and go and ask somebody on the street? You absolute pathetic excuse for a human being. Jeremy Hunt is backing Mike Pompeo, Donald Trump, and John Bolton. That's who he believes. Pompeo and Bolton, these are the same people that were involved in the weapons of mass destruction. These are the same people who were spouting this crap now and cheering this on are the same people who cheered on the weapons of mass destruction and the incubator babies, etc., etc. Yet Corbyn's a nutter for saying, hold on a minute, let's wait for the evidence. Jeremy Hunt, you know what he says when somebody said, how certain are you? He said, almost certain. Quote, he's almost certain it's Iran. Presumably, Theresa May has the patent and highly likely. 25 likes that got. 25 likes that tweet got. I thought that was genius. Life's not fair. They're trying to lie us into war again, everyone. We've got to stop them. Now, I'm sure you'll agree that wasn't a pretty bad breakdown, I don't think, of what is going on over there. Now, for all we know, we don't know. We don't know what's going on there, but what we do know is, listen, America are really causing this. America being the bully boys. I think that's a fair representation of what is actually going on here from an independent journalist giving you it straight. This is MSNBC. This is Chuck Todd of MSNBC interviewing their chief analyst. This is what they said went on over there. Check out this horseshit.
First, is the U.S. allegation against Iran that they did it being taken seriously in the region and with Western allies?
I think it is being taken seriously.
This is Richard Engel, NBC News chief foreign correspondent, and he says he thinks it is being taken seriously. Let me play this. It's 42 seconds long. I know people don't like me interrupting.
First, is the U.S. allegation against Iran that they did it being taken seriously in the region and with Western allies?
I think it is being taken seriously. Sources I've been speaking to are not doubting the Americans' accounting of events. They think that the Iranians did it. They think they did it in such a way to show their displeasure, to show their anger, that they've been boxed in by sanctions. They think that the Iranians didn't want to attack U.S. interests in order not to provoke, at least at this stage, any kind of shooting war. But sources I'm speaking to I'm not hearing other accounts of who was responsible.
First, is the U.S. allegation...
He's not hearing other accounts of who's responsible. Do you think that's because the people he's talking to are the very people who were making the accusations in the first place? Because that's exactly what's happening there, of course. He's getting his information from the intelligence services that are putting out this bullshit in the first place. Adam Johnson from Fair and Accuracy in Reporting, who does a great job, This is pure stenography. United Kingdom Labour Party, EU officials, Germany, France and Japan, whose ship was actually attacked, have publicly cast doubts on United States claims it was Iran. This is 100% false. All of those people have cast doubt on it, and this is what NBC said. It's unbelievable. And seriously, listen to this.
First, is the U.S. allegation against Iran that they did it being taken seriously in the region and with Western allies?
I think it is being taken seriously.
That's fake news. That is fake news right there. Do you think, YouTube will demonetize their channel? Do you think Facebook will take down their page? Do you think NewsGuard will, demote them in the trust score? Do you think Twitter will shadow ban them? If I said that shit, they'd do it to me. It's unbelievable, this is. Honestly, you would have to have lived under a rock to take these allegations seriously. You really must have for quite some time to believe this nonsense that they are pushing in the media. They are trying to get us into another war based on lies. And I, for one, am sick of it. Please make sure you subscribe. Please make sure you click the bell below so you get a notification of when I drop further videos. And please click through to the website as well. Find out ways you can support me. I'm not going to lie you into war. I'm not. But those bastards are. They're going to lie you into war again. Please support me, whatever you can. £1 a month, $1 a month. If you can't, share my stuff, like it, talk to your friends about it. I know times are difficult, but we've got to get the word out there that there's a better media. There's people out there that give you the truth, because this is just nonsense. They're lying to you again to get you to go to war, to manufacture consent for war. I haven't got the funding that Bellingcat have got. I haven't got the funding that White Helmets have got. I haven't got the funding that DFR Labs and all these other agencies that, Elliot Higgins and all these lying bastards that are going to lie you into war. I haven't got that funding. But I do need funding to continue, and I really appreciate it. So please click through to the website and find out ways you can support me. And please support independent media. We're giving you the truth. We're not going to lie and propagandize you into another war that's going to cost thousands of lives. Thanks very much for watching. Till next time, peace and take care.